How's it going, everyone? It's Lou Crypto here, back with another Quant update. We're going to discuss what was happening over the last day with Quant. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this update if you can. Otherwise, do please enjoy today's update. We're talking about a path that Quant could have taken yesterday. Let me just get that fib that was there, which was this one. I think at the point of recording, we had broken past this golden pocket over here, and we were somewhere around holding it as support. And I said that at all costs, we need to maintain from this point to this 0.5 fib over here. So the 2.5 fibs, I said we need to maintain, otherwise we go on a bearish path. So what we need to do at that point is break that 1 fib level. So in the video yesterday, we were suggesting as long as we maintain this, you're going to have a chance to break out over here. But we failed to break past the 1 fib level, and then we eventually lost that area that we said that we didn't want to lose. So it did give you one more chance from this to give a bounce, but we can see we just came back up to that golden pocket over here and got rejected again, so another lower high. So this is just showing that we needed a break off the top over here for that reversal wave confirmation to head to $94, $93 to $94, but it didn't come. And so because we're waiting for that break of the high for a buy trade, well, just for price to go up, not even a buy trade, you need to understand until that moment where you break past this, it's not happening. So if we then go ahead and lose this at any point in time, which we've done eventually right now, we're going on a completely different path. So we'll talk about that in today's update. What I'm going to do is get rid of all of these Fibonacci's. And for this trade that I took, we've already analyzed it. So I'm not going to analyze it again, but we need to go back to that point in time. So we're going to analyze. So as we can see, this is our top. And before all of this rise and this dump to new lows over here, below this low, before even this rise over here, this was our top, this was our lowest point, and then we start to creep back up. So if we are to continue higher, we need to break this high over here. We can see we failed to. So it's just like this situation. We had a high over here. We have targets ready for the upside, but if it's not breaking past this, it's not going to the targets equally. If I now place my fibs from there to there, and I just remove all the drawings just for now so we can see this a little bit clearer, we can see we came up to the golden pocket, it rejected it. We're meant to go on a bearish path, but also need to measure this. So this is where the fibs get confusing. I'm here to help you. If you want me to mentor you, I will. I'm going to be teaching 3 people over the next few months, and help them become self-sufficient traders. So we can see here it came down to this golden pocket and we reversed. So it's doing a path like this: push, exhaust, continuation, up until that old Fibonacci's 1 fib level, and a breakthrough of 94 would have sent us to 95 to 96, but without a break of 94.13, this is not happening. So a pump up into there is just up into resistance, and we can see that it eventually fell back under the golden pocket. And so because of that, we're like losing key level supports, we're losing the potential reversal wave, because that's what created when we actually pushed through it over here, the reverse wave. So all you need to do is maintain it as support, break the 1 fib, and you're going to there. But we can see we held it as support but failed to break the 1 fib, so we returned back down to there. And if this is lost, we're going to go on the original path it should have, which was this big push down, push up into here, and then continuation lower. This is what should happen with the fibs. It's a push up. You measure that push up saying this is the golden pocket, come back down to there and look for buys, and it's meant to break the high. But we know a lot of the times it doesn't play out as it should. So this is what, of course, I do teach my students. We were going through this vigorously last night in the Discord group live call mentorship sessions. So we do 2 a week. So tomorrow I'm going to do another one with the members of the Discord community, just literally mentoring them so they understand the strategies, where they need to exactly enter, put their stop losses, trying to catch exact tops and bottoms. So this would have been also a good point of entry down here for a short-term buy. We see that it was holding this area and it eventually came up. But right over here, we've again, going back to this original example, why we need to go back to this just to show you what's going on right here in today's, what's actually going on today. We just removed it just so we could see this a little bit clearer. We see that we topped out over here, coming back down to the golden pocket. And again, if this is lost, we go on this original path over here, which again, we should have run into the golden pocket and then continued lower. But we tried to create the reverse wave by getting above. We failed to continue the reverse wave to these targets by failing to break above 94. And then if this golden pocket is lost again, we're going to go on that original path. So let's see that now play out. So there you go. That was the original path, and see we met those targets. So this was the original path. So if we wanted targets to the downside, as we can see, it bounced over here, but where do we know it's going to bounce from? This is when the next set of fibs that we just had come into play. So from the low to this top over here, fibs are confusing. Even 5 years ago, almost 5 years now, when I was learning how to trade, it took me about multiple courses, but also 30 plus YouTube videos to understand the fibs. Some people say it's one way, some people the other way. It's actually two ways, but they won't explain that in the update. So I finally got my head around it, and I know when people are learning, as I struggled, I know the students of mine are going to struggle. So that's what we basically focus on a lot of the time. So we see that we bounced off this 1.272. This still maintains as resistance. So I'm just going to let this play out now. Well, I can just get rid of this now. But we can see the targets to the downside. And so now I'm going to extend this to where we are as of today. So we don't need to bar replay anymore. We don't need to get rid of the bars. We can just continue analyzing with the current chart, which is where we are right now over here. So we can see price came down, met the 1.272, and then we bounced back up into that golden pocket, which again, in the past, as we're measuring this big push up, price is meant to hold this as support. And if you lose that, you create the reverse wave, and then these become your targets. And we met the first set over here. But as you can see, we didn't meet the 1414 at 89. We didn't meet the 1618 at 88. So these are still going to happen. So understand that unless we get significant reversal now that reclaims $92.40, even if we pump up to $92.40, we could still be going down to 88. So even an absolutely violent pump right now still wouldn't be good enough to flip quant back bullish. So the expectation is even if we pump, we're going to still go down. Understand that. We could just continue down. We're on a path down. This is what I'm trying to get. We're on a path down, and even if it pumps violently, it's still not enough. The pump needs to reclaim this level. So until those very moments, we're not going on a bullish path back up to the high. We're going on a path downwards still to go ahead and meet these targets, because when we did reverse from here, we came up into that golden pocket. And again, remember, it was meant to have held here because this is the push up, retracement, continuation. So if we ever reclaim this, if we ever come back above it, we'll go on this path, which is like that. So we've deviated from that path. We're on a completely separate path. We create the reversal wave. We met the first set of target. Well, we met the first target, but we failed to meet these two. So as long as we stay below this point, we should eventually roll over and meet these targets. So we're seeing that happening now as well. We can see that we also didn't hold the one fib over here. So a reclaim of $90.76 is going to send us back up into here. But even if that happens, you still come down because again, this is resistance. We need to push through like that to go back to $94. Until then, any pump again, whether we reclaim the one fib and pump into 92, it's not good enough. Understand that, and we'd still come down eventually. So my expectation is that Quant is coming down to about $88 to $89 still. And this is, yeah, just analyzing the 15-minute using the Fibonacci's. And if you don't know how to do this as of now, if you're not completely understanding the fibs, if you're not a master of the fibs like we are here on the channel, then I definitely recommend learning it. And I do have all the tools provided, so it'll give you the exact entries and exits. So can you see how the golden pocket is over here? And we had shorts from this point, and we didn't take the shorts down to these targets because we like to dissect it. See how it stopped here? And then if we had our stop loss lower, it would have wiped us out. Even if we had our take profit lower and our stop loss lower, we would have missed. So let's say I take profit here. We can see it reversed before that. And let's say my stop loss was a little bit lower there, and then we could have tapped us out. So that's why we want to dissect the trades. So not only did we have this golden pocket here, which again, measured this to find where's it dumping to, go up from here, lose it, reversal waves being created. You come down to these targets. As we are still beneath all of this, we're still coming to these targets. Do you understand that? Even if we violently reverse and come up all the way to here, doesn't matter, you'll still come down to there. Hope you understood that in today's update. So don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. And looking at this, the reason why we only took the trade to here and not down at these targets, you can see that we reversed. And mainly because we were running into another golden pocket right over here. So we basically took the trade from a golden pocket to a golden pocket just to play a little bit safer. So yeah, if you want me to teach you any of this that you saw in today's update, just message me. I'm going to help 3 people out over the next few months. So yeah, and those will get a discount and I'll make you into self-sufficient, profitable traders. So if you're going to get 3 months in the chat as well for free. And whether you do the mentorship, you can either do 5 hours or 10 hours of one-to-one help with me. You're going to get my 6-hour long course included in that fee, as well as 3 months free chat membership. And we do 2 weekly group calls. So you're going to get multiple lessons, 5 to 10 hours of one-to-one help, but also group calls weekly. So that's going to also benefit you, because we're just going to like basically engrave in your mind these strategies, the entries and exits. You can see we timed the exact top and this exact bottom. And then we had a liquidity grab before continuing on that path. So imagine if I did have my take profit down here, I'm waiting. And if I did have my stop loss a little bit lower, we could have waited for the target and then stop loss would have been hit. So this is why we like to dissect the trades. And I'll give you the exact stop loss, entries, and targets. And you could have even traded this bullish divergence over here. So we had the higher lows and we had the lower lows over here. So at that point we could have had a trade, but I wouldn't have traded back to the high, about like where this golden pocket is, where that 6.5 and 6.18. So yeah, that's it from me today. Quant is still on a path downwards. The only way to invalidate this path downwards is a reclaim of $92.4.